So next we have Pitt, if we're going to the ACC Coastal now. So Pitt is the highest number I have from the Coastal at 9.5. Is that the number you have as well?
I had Pitt at 8.5.
Okay, that
Yeah.
would make more sense.
Yeah.
um,
7.5. I can get at 7.5 actually.
are
Yeah.
you
7.5.
serious?
Seven and
Wow.
a half. Yeah.
So yeah, I was looking at numbers maybe from a week ago too. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but well, okay, let's talk about Pitt. Regardless of the number, so obviously we know they lost Kenny Pickett, they lost Jordan Addison,
Yeah.
Mark Whipple, the offensive coordinator, left for Nebraska. If we're looking for positives, they did bring in Keaton Slovis, who I think could be pretty good quarterback. The entire offensive line is back. Um, their top 7 defensive line are back, defensive linemen, and then 5 of their top 6 defensive backs. So I think that the defense will be good. To me, it kind of comes down to, will the offense be able to come close to replicating what they did a year ago?
Okay, so they're not going to do what they did a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they're not going to be able to do that. And I mean, Keaton Slovis there, that's nice and all. It really is. Like
Yeah.
no joke. That's really cool. You have a fairly difficult couple of games there in the non-con when you play West Virginia and Tennessee to start out, like back-to-back weeks for Pitt. Those are sneaky. Those are tough games. We can just say it. Those are going to be hard games. Oh, I'm really torn on this one at 7-5. Like, I'm leaning over. Like 8-4 feels right. It does. I think they can go 8-4. They have talent there. They're not just without talent, but you can't just go lose the Blitnikoff winner at a place like Pitt and then just replace. You're not Ohio State. You don't have 3 other first rounders sitting behind, your starting 2 first rounders. Like there's a shelf life there. And yeah, I don't, that's the production that's gone is going to be really difficult to replace. And Pitt is just, they're kind of, they feel like they're maybe just a little all over the place. Really, the whole ACC feels like it's a little all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to pin down. At 7.5, which is what I have right here, I'm taking the over. I think 8-4 is more likely than 7-5. So I'm going to be leaning over. Not thrilled about their non-conference games to start out, but I mean, you're not playing Clemson in the regular season. So like you get to avoid probably the biggest team from the Atlantic. So yeah, taking the over, not confident.
Yeah. So a year ago they won 11-3.
Yeah.
Won the ACC. 10 regular season wins.
Yeah.
So at my 9.5 number, I was looking at, like, they did go over that a year ago, but there's no way I would choose them.
I know
to go over that this year, 2 years in a row. It would feel crazy for Pitt to do that, which I'm not even saying they're incapable of doing it. I'm not saying that at all. It would just, if you still have a 7.5 number, I'll join you on the over there.
Okay.
I like the over. I do think it's a good team.
They are. Yeah, agreed.
And I don't think that Jordan Addison was their only good receiver. Like, I think there's some other guys there that are solid. I think Keaton Slovis is solid, and especially if you have the entire offensive line back, like, you give Keaton Slovis some time, he'll make some things happen. They might go 9-3, they might go 8-4. But yeah, I think they're going over 7.5. Don't love them to, like, they're not winning the ACC again. Like, there's almost no way that happens. Kenny Pickett was so good a year ago, which was shocking because I felt like he was just kind of your quintessential solid quarterback before that. And then a year ago, he really took it to another level. And that's special. Like, there's almost no way we see Keaton Slovis repeat that. But I think he's good enough that they can go over 7.5 for sure.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. Agreement on the first 2.
Yes.